With Freezerworks, you are in control of your sample data and procedures. New fields, for example, are easy to add and can be made dynamic as well. Here we have an entry screen we designed for a tissue bank. Now we want to make a new addition to our screen. We have two date fields, sample date and date of procedure. We want to add a third field called days in transport. This field will tell us how long it took to move the sample from extraction to biobank. We want this field to subtract the sample date from the procedure date. To do this, we go to the System Admin menu and we select User Defined Fields. Here we will add a new field. We first give this field a name, Days in Transport. For field type, we select Numeric. This is a sample field, so we associate it with samples. We'll come back to this screen later, but for now we'll leave it as it is. And add what we call a tooltip. This is a useful feature that will define the field for the user when he hovers over it with the cursor. Let's save this field for now. And the next step will be to place it on our tissue bank entry screen. We can do this at System Admin, Configure Samples Entry. Let's go into our tissue bank entry configuration screen. We locate the screen we want, select it, and press Configure. Here at the Samples Entry configuration screen, we can add the new field by going to Sample, Add Fields. Locate the field and drag it onto the screen in the general vicinity of where the field should be. We can then make adjustments. The blue lettered box is the field heading. The black lettered box is where the data will go. Press Done and then Save. Let's now go look at our entry screen with the new field. We'll locate an existing sample through the View All option. We can see the new Days in Transport field here. If we hover over our cursor here, the tooltip is displayed. The way this field is configured now, we can manually figure out the number of days, which is 6, and hand enter it. But we want Freezerworks to do the calculation automatically for us. So let's delete our entry, close this record, and go back to user-defined fields and make this field a calculated field. Now, Freezerworks allows us to build relationships between fields, and that is exactly what we want to do here. So, at the Days in Transport field configuration, we check the box labeled Calculated Field, then go to the Calculated Field tab to set it up. And here we build the expression sample date minus date of procedure. We can test the expression here to see if we set it up correctly. Looks good. So let's go back to the samples entry screen to test it. Selecting the same sample record as before, we can see the field is entered with an automatic calculation of 6, the sample date minus the date of procedure. This is just one example of the hundreds of ways that you can develop your fields and relate them to each other. With this valuable data, you can run reports and uncover valuable information regarding your bank samples, For example, how long has it taken to bank your samples, and what role this time may play in maintaining sample viability. Freezerworks, it's your program.